Now, if you pass away and you have wealth, property, etc., and you pass away unexpectedly, and there is absolutely no will, nobody has said a word, nobody thought Daddy or Mama's going to live forever, but Daddy falls dead right away, how much chaos does that create?
Yeah, it creates an enormous amount of chaos. I will tell you the truth, and over the last 6 to 12 months, I have seen more families bickering over possessions than I think I have in
It destroys
25
families,
years
doesn't
of
it?
price. Exactly. They want to, speak to each other. I mean, I talk to a lot of folks, and people that are in the 60s and 70s, which used to be old. It's not anymore, as far as I'm concerned. But they've got a child that's in town, and they got him or her on their bank account, but they don't have the other children because little Johnny's going to do the right thing and distribute it out. But they don't realize that those accounts may go direct to little Johnny upon their death, and then Johnny gets mad at his sister or his brother for this or that, and he says, it's mine. You ain't getting any of it. So I mean, I've seen families bust up time and time again. I mean, and that's the real tragedy when they you need to be coming together, because of the death of a parent. Instead, you're fighting with each other.
You've seen the commercial where they're divvying up everything, and the son, I believe, gets the video movie collection.
Yeah.
And he's thrilled to death, but that don't always work like that.
No. Typically, they want more than the video movie collection. And of course, another thing, without a will, and we're talking about, prenups a moment ago. I mean, if you go and remarry and you don't have a prenup, don't have a will with regard to that, and you pass away, well, your new spouse is going to get a third of whatever property you had.
Is that the law?
Yeah.
That's the law?
That's the law.
So if you don't draw it out, if you don't get an attorney to draw this out for you,
then the new spouse will get a third, irregardless of the fact that it was years prior to the marriage. So, I mean, that's just another means of making sure that, as we've talked about before, making sure that your property goes to who you want your property to go to.
Do you mind talking fee on some of the standard stuff?
No.
No, if they come in, you can give them an idea.
Sure.
And is it true that in Georgia, if nobody contests the divorce, neither husband nor wife, if they've sat down and said, this just isn't working. I want out, you want out, let's go our ways. Can that be done quickly?
Well, I mean, yes, relatively quickly in lawyer's time, if you want to go with that. The law mandates that in Georgia that you have to wait a minimum of 30 days after service. Yeah. Other states, such as North Carolina, they got a 12-month waiting period before you can do that. So, I mean, you go in and see an attorney, you know what you want, and you draft it up. I mean, you can be divorced in 5 to 6 weeks.
So
and married again in 7 weeks.
Have you ever seen that happen?
Oh yeah, more often than not.
I'm moving on to another spot.
That's exactly right.
Well, listen, folks, we're out of time. If you want, and Herbie, I ain't just saying it because you're, if you want a guy that cares about you, that speaks your language, and that you won't feel bad sitting down in his office that you have confidence in, this man can save you some trouble.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Herbert. I'm glad you're a friend. I'm glad you're my attorney. And I highly recommend you to people out there watch it. And you don't have to live in Tift County to use Herbie.
No.
You can travel across the state and use him. It don't matter. Herbie, again, thank you so much for sharing your wit, wisdom, and great information.
Well, I appreciate you coming by here.
Thank y'all for watching Legally Speaking.